Last story before the end of your internship. Make it count. Maybe they'll let us stay. If not, players in the mall is probably hiring. Requiem for Basement! Alright, that's pretty colorful. Our intrepid friend, you are here. Much has changed in our realm since you broke our story. Yet even more remains unchanged. Do you see? This is one of such unchanged events. As long as there have been orphans, we think that's probably forever, there will have been dissipate celebration. Come, enter, be welcome, and show respect. Sample the scents. Have a word with our piper called... What is that? Or for short, what? One of our community's newest and tiniest will join us today as well. Rejoice, the Scipient feast begins! Please call me. I'm scared. Is I'm scared your given name? How do you find yourself at the ceremony today? Came here the same way I go anywhere. By hoverboarding. Can't be naturally floating like an orphan. I can do my best and kind of copy it, you know? Only thing is, Tim hangs his berobed head. My charge ran out on the way here. In the end, I showed up on foot. A total human loser. How'd you first hear about the orphan culture? I read your story. Couldn't stop thinking about them. These guys around me, all the time. You could fly and have all these other invisible friends. I could have all this secret fun. They just seem so free. How have you been received by the orphan community? It's been okay. They let me hang around and I think they don't float as much as they usually do when I'm there. I do get hungry hanging with them all the time though. I don't know how hard I try. I can't get smells to fill me up. Don't tell anyone, but I snuck a hot dog in today. Would they disapprove of this dog? Oh, no. They're very supportive of me doing anything remotely human. I've just did the hot dog out of respect for basement. It's been real nice talking to you. I can't believe I'm gonna be in a piece by the writer who changed my going nowhere life. Please, call me I'm scared. Just don't call me late for the fork and knife event. Bit of orphan humor. Bye! It wiggles around. It's not quite wavy gravy. Oh, Harold, you have returned. Take part, observe, enjoy. The sendings off of the departed in this case. Beloved community member, Basement, is huge for us. What's your role in the ceremony? Do you know the departed well? Oh, Basement, I hardly knew ye. Which is true, I hardly knew them. We were poker buddies. As in we'd get together and poke humans when they were asleep. Have things changed since news broke of your existence? Much has changed. There are those among us, who have begun assimilating with humans, wearing jeans, watching situational comedies, and they become visibly nauseous. Eating solid food. There are humans who have attempted to join our community. They lower their voice to a near silent shriek. One of them is here right now. did Basement pass? Basement's death was a freak occurrence. As in, it could only befall such a lovable freak as Basement. They had wandered out after a storm, when the trees are most fragrant, to bring a fallen fir back to the community for feasting. But turns out, the storm was not yet through, and the rain began again. Basement sought shelter, but ended up soaked through a wet basement. With each falling drop of rain, their particles dissipated, until there was nothing more left of our friend. Where do the particles go when they dissipate? Does this ritual today help you process? Oh, certainly it does. Couldn't imagine saying goodbye to a community member without the sipate ceremony. And how else would we dispose of Basement's robes? Laughable, really. But don't take my word for it. Talk to the other folks here. See what it has meant for them. Thank you for being so generous with an outsider. You know, the most significant part of Basement's passing has in many ways already happened. Last night, perhaps you heard it, the clap of thunder in the sky. Well, that was our pal, Basement. And yes, that is true of all thunder. Every time a thunder claps, an orphan has been dissipated. Quite beautiful when you think of it. Dex's eyes have welled up with blood. They grin through the tears. Pardon me. There are many details which need attending to. For example, where are that fork and knife? The funeral bow are made of scent-heavy items. Apples, tea bags, flowers, lemon verbena, tied together with yay olfern, a pungent fern. Robe of the Dispirited. The deceased's former robe. A standard white night dress looking garment, containing a few tears and one ketchup stain. I see. Cosplaying human's only mode of transportation. Sadly, the board lost its charge as he arrived. He reduced to walking around the ceremony in his jeans and a sheep instead of hovering like his heroes. Don't really do. What is that wiggly one? What the fuck? Now that I can see them, these orphans sure are photogenic. Especially while they're doing, well, whatever it is they're doing here. Makes them so photogenic. Those cloaks! Never seen any fabric like it. And that moth fellow too. Bit more traditional, but just as stylish. I think I'll have to pitch an orphan fashion spread in the paper. Because I'm loving everything they've got going on. I wonder what they're celebrating. Yeah, definitely feels celebratory. Fashion alone, what it means. That's what we're here to find out, right? At any advice, it'd be this. Don't pretend to already be an expert, that you've seen it all. These orphans and our readers will see right through it. Just go ask questions and learn. Find out what it is they're celebrating. If you get a chance, maybe ask that tall moth where they got their coat. Lovely. Do you mind if I prepare myself whilst we converse? What does preparing yourself entail? Oh, nothing much. Just an utter hollowing out of my form, that the winds may enter and play. Oh! Phrasing? Oh! Play you? Perhaps I should start from the beginning. My name is What? Short for, what is that? And I am the hired piper for the ceremony. I am first chair on my wind instrument, which you see here. So his instrument is being a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing robe guy. I don't see anything. Right in front of you. Look. They make their body wavy gravy. It is extreme. The waviest. And by far, the graviest. You turn your body into an instrument. An instrument. Yes. That is what I've been telling you all along. I have been gifted with utter emptiness. I remove everything from inside me as one would empty their pockets and let the wind pipe through my empty corporeal form, creating a hollowed tune. Just a bit of piping humor. What kind of song do you think the wind will play for the ceremony? Now, the wind is notoriously unpredictable. But I would say, judging by the sensation of the velocity of the current gusts, we're looking at a piece that is going to amble gently, with as many crushing crescendos as there are descending glissando. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to hollow my bones to nothingness. Cheers! Oh my God! Look at him! Look at the little dirty one! Ah, you're so cute! You're so cute! Ah! I love them. See, I have a cloak too. Can you believe my luck? My first Japan ceremony. Oh, soon after my coming into the world. I'm footing off the walls with excitement. Whee! Whee! What are you most excited about? I drive a juice. The power. I can't get enough of it. Have you smelled it yet? God, juice! It is a real feast. I've never been a piper before. I've never seen a piper before. I heard the music is so beautiful. So beautiful. There will be a dry eye under the moon. Just try not to rust. Exactly as the Cypriot ceremony. I know more than you. This has got to be an all-time #1 first for me. Yes. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Chalk it up for tiny. The Serpent ceremony is a ceremony for an orphan who is no longer here. In this case, basement. A member of our community for hundreds of years. That's a matter of time here in Romania. Basement got trapped in a rainstorm. By putting an end to his very, very, very long life. I had to say goodbye. So, join particles with you in the next life, basement. Why is the ceremony so close to a river? That's part of it. Here we are, on the plain, the precipice, the brink. Between being alive and being flippant precipitated. The ceremony is so close to the water. As a reminder. You see, today we celebrate our dissipated comrade basement. But remembering that we could be joining them at another time. No one knows when this life will end. He blinks at you with his huge eyes. I love my creepy species so much! And does 3 flips in the air. Now Basement's particles will roam the universe looking to be reborn. You got it! I'm so excited. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get one more whiff of the bower before the formal stuff starts. Ain't it good to be alive? No offense to Basement. Whee! What? And a giant moth? Holy shit! I like how it has like a little bib. All right, we're talking to Mothra soon. I will have liked for you to be quick. A bit of busy day for me. Hello? I will have been Gadzooks, unofficial planner around these parts. The power will have been mine. What does the title unofficial planner mean? Don't be daft, young one. A power you will have seen before you. The smooth and orderly nature of the day. Booking the Mothman. This all falls to me, as no one else will have floated up to the plate. Do I get any thanks or acknowledgement? Will have been unlikely. What kind of acknowledgement would you like? Mothman? Well, you have not met the Mothman yet? Why, he is the man, the moth, the legend. You ought to take the time. He will have been very charming. And, professional. Not bad looking either. If a giant moth is your thing. Unlikely romance. You have romantic feelings for this Mothman. Gadzooks begins to giggle. Oh, feelings? Romance? Don't be silly. I will have too much go for matters of the gaping chest cavity. Romance posh. Is there anything you're looking forward to at the ceremony? Do you have any help setting it up? There is someone. Oh, I'll just say it. It's the Mothman. He has been nothing but a great support throughout a trying cycle. We will not have been hugging officially or anything, but I wouldn't mind being wrapped up in his giant powdery wings. I might just go check in with him. Excuse me. I have a tiny top. Holy shit, this is so cute. An esteemed guest. Charmed. I am the Mothman. What is a moth? Please tell me more. I consume the robes of the duly dissipated. In this case, their basement. How do robes taste? An orphan's robe is as varied and unique a flavor as the flickering of a candle is to the eye. Impossible to hold on to, yet simply irresistible. The consumption thing sounds like an important role. Oh, I am told this is a tremendous service to the orphan community. The significance for me is merely a full gut. And of course, the satisfaction of having made a difference to my appetite. Are there other Mothmen across Humania? Oh, but of course! Ours is a profession like any other. Why, the Mothman trade is as common as lantern lighting or cable gardening. Wherever there is a dissipated orphan whose robes need consuming, we'll be there. Now, if you'll excuse me, it is nearly time. I'm beginning to salivate. A wildly large and ornate ceremonial, and also practical, fork and knife, an integral part of the orphan's end-of-life ritual. I assume that's because Mothman needs to use them. Alright. I believe we have seen everything. And just making sure no one else has like a second. Okay. Time to go and build us a story. Hmm. Strange ceremony involving a giant moth. Okay, get all the exclamation points cleaned out. Freak accident. Okay. Thunderclaps. Ooh, the orphan instrument. Okay, but what about the Mothman? Do we not... Could've sworn we had an option for... Nothing talking about the... Mothman? Reporter bot, you are missing the best part of this story. Oh.
Strange ceremony. Okay, so this is what we have. Strange ceremony involving giant moth. A sudden storm combined with the strange biology of the orphans was ultimately the cause of Basement's untimely demise. Basement was tragically dissipated during a sudden storm while collecting a fallen fir tree. I have been gifted with utter emptiness, said what is that? The piper hired for the ceremony. A bower of scented items was constructed for attendees to feast on, using fragrant items such as apples and tea bags.
Dawn of the final day. All right. See how this goes. Dreki, you are finally charged. I have terrible, horrible, just the worst news. It is so bad that I am not choosing my words especially carefully and using multiple punctuation to show intensity. Arwen quit, and Ursula elected to promote Richard Gravity. Yes, that Richard Gravity. He has already made sweeping changes, including hiring his husband, Colonel Greggs, as our new director of marketing. Gravity is also declaring this moment to be the catalyst of something he calls the era of gravity. I am quite certain the position of assignment editor does not come with that much authority. You must speak to Arwen before they get on a shuttle. Please, try to fix this. I propose mutiny. I cannot tell if you are kidding, but I am in. I am also kidding. Arwen, no! Get back here! But first, what game is out today? Thanks to your encyclopedic knowledge of games, you know this is just a pile of dice. Hey, water cooler bot. Oh, that Richard Gravity thinks he can do whatever he wants. And he can, I suppose. Can't talk, Dreki. I'm gonna hit the hay. I'm sure a well-timed nap will sort this out. I'll wake up and things will feel better. Because right now, feels like a bad dream. No offense to Gravity. I just hate him. Time to conk out. You're just gonna lay down and take it? Listen, I have two coping modes, feast and nap. One isn't there for me, usually the other is. It all sort of evens out in the end. I'll wake up more well-adjusted to the new circumstances next cycle. She yawns. My beautiful body knows what's best. See you on the other side of my nap. You know what? Mood. I can relate. Oh boy. Gotta be a way to put a positive spin on this. I have to think like I'm Chalung, the positive one. But I just can't. There's nothing positive about this. Stinks, Dreki. Worst of all, gravity wants to get rid of Puff Piece. So I'm taking them. And anyone will be welcome to visit, except Gravity. I mean, I'm not sure Gravity even knows my name. Maybe now he'll finally learn it? Really searching for a bright side here. Well, what else can I do? His first change was already come down. Puff Piece has to leave the ship by the end of this cycle. But don't worry, I'm gonna take Puff. Basically want to take care of him anyway. Still though, guess we can only protect what we can. Well, that's what we'll do. A bare shelf. The ant farm is gone. There's no sign of a crash. You can only imagine they slipped the surly bonds of the intern pit to reach new and wondrous worlds. Wait, this means there are other ships somewhere flying around. I'm sad that they didn't animate the ant farm actually flying around, or just in a different place. News of Arwen's departure is grave. For you, Twin, not for me. We had a bet going. Who would replace Arwen? Whenever Arwen finally went, and I have lost, Twin. Twin, I have won. Who did you think would replace him? I thought Ursop, the erudite augur. I bet on Gravity, the inevitable. We bet the choice of our next vacation spot. To the Comedy Moon and Grill we go. I wish to spend time on Og. That will be our next vacation, Twin. But who knows when that will be? Perhaps new editor Gravity will ban vacations. Then our vacation will become permanent, Twin. Arwen was never going to be here forever. No editor is. Archive is partly organized by editorial errors. A simple and effective way. Arwen's era will always be a particularly good one, if a bit focused on alien interests. Nobody's perfect. Their imperfections shall live forever. Here with us, in a meticulously organized way. Well, this is just typical management. Something goes wrong and they jump to the worst possible solution. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. What can I say? I'm not excited for the age of gravity. I guess I'll write it out. I'm not ready to give up this job. We need a union rep now, more than ever. Though I can't imagine negotiating with that hog. Did I just say that out loud? You did, and I'll report that to Gravity. No, I'm with you, Vivica. Time for us to strike. Bring back Arwen! I'm just sorry your permanent position is tempered by this. Oh well, I'll keep fighting the good fight. Onwards! She produces a fist. Right on! Alright, comrade. Time to take out the gravity. Float on, friends. Well, I'm appalled. Gravity in charge? Not only is he obnoxious and garish, he wouldn't know what to do with a comma to save his life. Getting my portfolio ready. This is the state of TNG. I won't be sticking around long. I suggest you do the same. I wonder what the future has in store. We'll all come out in the universe's wash. Trust me, former intern. Contemplate the stars as long and as profoundly as I have. And you'll realize we're none of us very significant. But we have our moments, some more than others. Ooh, this is it. No more holding back, photography bot. I have to engage biting mode. Please don't engage biting mode. Too late. I'm engaging it. Biting can now begin at any moment. Ah, why? Because this is unacceptable. Not only is gravity very boring and annoying, the obvious candidate for the job was passed up. Me. But you're a photographer. Photography bot shakes her head, petting despairingly. You lack vision, just like the rest of them. And this is why you should leave quick, before you become the first victim of biting mode. Gravity in charge? Well, why not? What's the worst that could happen? He could make everyone quit. I'd just stay just to spite him. He'd hate that. No one person makes or breaks the paper. I've seen it all time and time again. Hotshot talents leave, lose steam, or get fired. I've done all three at different places. And eventually, quality creeps back in. Legacy of a place like this has that effect. No matter who's at the helm for a little while. So I figure I may as well stick around, see what happens. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. Heh. Well. Never thought I'd seen the cycle. But if Arwen is out and gravity is in, this might be my chance. This place has needed a real columnist for phases. The age of gravity, huh? Well, now it's the eon of Sherwin. That'll need some work, perhaps. What about having gravity as a boss? Sure, yes. Ego with a penchant for self-aggrandizement. But in his new position of power, he'll be particularly susceptible to flattery. He always was, but now, he'll want someone like him taking over the columns. I can bet he has someone. I could be that someone, or pretend to be anyway. Dreki, not a word about this, alright? Let me give you some advice. People like gravity need their egos stoked. And if you want to start building your career, now is the time to start. The only thing I'm stoking is the flames. Because it's a bonfire time. Put him in the wicker! Gravity as editor? Talk about a bad play. Gonna be a career-ending injury. But for the entire paper. What are you gonna do? Quit? I'm joking, but also, Gravity once made me change the story after I'd finished writing it. Because he saw the same org game and wanted to write about how bad a player was. I threw a tantrum until I said I'd find something else. A big headache. That's how it's gonna be from now on? I mean, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe he'll be so busy he can't try stuff like that. I love it here, but I'm worried about how much he's gonna change things. Losing Urban is like when Lord the Anchoring One was traded to the Prido Planet Crushers. There's no coming back from that. So much time wasted on idle chatter. Gravity, Arwen, who cares? A boss is a boss, as long as they aren't ruining my work with needless edits. Another cycle, another bucks, as we say on Central. I think people are concerned about gravity ruining their work. I can handle gravity. He's all bluster, in desperate need of validation. Scratch that itch for him and you'll be fine. Look, a boss is just a puzzle to solve. Once you do, they aren't an issue anymore. Worry less about who they are, and hone in on what'll get them out of your way. Well, wouldn't have picked him for the job. That's just how it goes sometimes, Sprockets. What if you destroy... Who would you have picked? There's probably. Maybe Bowler, but really... I'm less worried Gravity's promotion than I am losing Arwen. Can't just replace an editor like that. They've been a pillar. He'll be missed. It will be lesser without them. If Gravity's a bad boss, well... And the first bad boss I've had at a newspaper, Sprockets. Gonna do the best work I can. In spite of him, if I have to. After all, Ursula's still in charge. Could either mold him or break him. Might be fun to watch. And either way, we'll survive. We always do. Or we can mutiny and seize control of the paper ourselves as a worker collective. Playing crisis mode.wav. Gravity in charge. This is terrible news to Janitor Bot. Richard Gravity is the messiest being on the scanner by 112%. Janitor Bot predicts this will result in even more messes. Or even more yelling at Janitor Bot. Either way, very bad. Mess. Mess. Janitor Bot cannot abide by this decision. Ponder cycle looping. Gravity's promotion. Grave news for Janitor Bot. Gravity is statistically the messiest being on the scanner. More power means more mess. If you'll be too busy to be messy? No, he will become messier. As title columnist, he became messier than when he was title reporter. Title editor will bring more mess. This is Janitor Bot's lot in life. Mood. Crying face. A Janitor Bot sacrifice for the file name collective. Good. Janitor Bot will do their bold and underlined thankless job. For every spill must be found from editor to visitor. All will be cleaned. Go forth and cleanse, Janitor Bot. Oh, Security Bot. We haven't seen him in a while. Dreki, I'm preparing to become bored of all the time. What a thrill! How are you preparing to be bored? I am preparing by pointing my eyes to the middle distance and not blinking for long periods of time. I cannot do it for very long right now, but I'm working on improving my skills in this category of empty staring. So please do not worry about me, Dreki. I will become the best at maintaining an ongoing empty stare. Out of everyone on the whole ship, just you watch me. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that myself. See? Parking the ship in our downtime at the mall? That's not how we help journalists break news. Parking there is atrocious, kid. Highest turning radiuses in the whole system. Got a race to a story? Good luck getting out there quick. Sounds bad, Joe. Bad, sure. It's also deadly boring. Guess the thrill of racing to the scoop is gonna be a thing of the past. Suppose I'll get the next volume of my memoir done real soon. Even if it's about increasingly boring adventures. New boss just sent word up here. He wants us to write greeting cards for his boyfriend's card store on our downtime. Us, the bridge crew. That's not why I took this job. This job of flying a ship. Did he say anything else? Apparently we're gonna anchor the ship at the Marta Loop shopping mall? Joe isn't thrilled. Neither am I. About any of it. Let me tell you one thing, Dreki. This is gonna be the way it's going to be. Only writing I'll hand in is my resignation. Yeah, it seems weird the editor would dictate where the ship is going. I do not trust Richard Gravity. Something about him sets off my sensors. Though I must admit, he is not unattractive. I hear you're staying on permanently. That makes you slightly less of a risk. Congratulations. I must commend you on your work in the garden. You have made life on the scanner, what's the word? Comfortable. You should stop talking to me now. I need to scan for threats. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna get some food. Oh, hello, Dreki. Can't talk right now. I've got to bring Gravity his special meal. Special meal? A worm dog and fries, and a side of creamed hash with extra cream. I didn't know the assignment editor was allowed to demand special off-menu meals brought to them. That's just one of the perks of the job, I suppose. It definitely isn't. He's not allowed to do that. Oh, really? Very devious of him. But still, I already started prepping his meal. I think I'll just finish it up and bring it to him anyway. I do almost wish I could make special meals for everyone. There just isn't enough time in a cycle. Speaking of, I have to finish decreaming the hash. Alright, so we got slick stick on a bun. We got some cod cog tacos. Okay. Please specify preference clearly. Some bulbatini. Ooh, with infrared or infrared white sauce. And then some fruity pebbles. Rock hard and crunchable for the verge. Nice, nice. Food Beast, you got anything? The end fits. Born with pride. Good talk. All right. Arwen, don't get on the ship. You've got to stay. I don't trust anyone else. Dreki. Oh, Dreki, it's terrible. Richard Gravity taking over the assignment desk. This is unspeakable, untenable, unacceptable. That foul man must be stopped. But how? Appealing to Gravity himself won't work. He's drunk with power. And Ursula will be no help either. Her hands are tied. But if someone could convince Arwen to stay... Please, Dreki, you've got to give it a try. I'll give it my all. Well, that's what matters, I suppose. Do your best. And should you fail, it's been an honor for you. You work with me. Confused whine. Poor Puff Piece. Can't you see what you're doing is tearing apart Puff Piece? Wait, the map isn't working. Can I not teleport? Yeah, it seems like I should talk to, as always, Arwen last. Ursula's hands are tied. What happened? Let's talk to Gravity and then Ursula. I'm wondering if this chucklefuck like bought the paper or something. Assignment editor means I essentially own the place. Fascinating. Never knew this. My desk, Richie? Where will I sit? Wherever you want, of course, Quack Bottom. I'll just tell whoever to move. Must say though, Dickie, the decor in here is quite dated. Don't worry about that, Noldo. We'll just redo it. Oh, did you want something? You're the new intern, right? I know you. I wrote that review of my store. I hope you had your fun, because you'll be writing greeting cards from now on. I will write my fist across your face, buddy. When Arwen quit, I had no choice but to promote Gravity. Board said Richard Gravity is the franchise. And the moment Arwen is out, Gravity is in. They pulled rank. My own newsroom. Frankly, I'm furious. I wanted to promote Copyball. Heavy is the head that runs the hollow paper. Wonder if there's any way to convince Arwen to stay. How about we all quit and make our own newspaper with blackjack and hookers? Huh, the map isn't working. Strange. I'm wondering if it's because it will reveal something that the game's trying to keep secret. What am I gonna find with Arwen? Oh, it's the intern. You need some medical assistance? Sure you wouldn't be bothering me for no reason. Right? You haven't heard about Gravity taking over? Gravity. Gravity. Do I know who that is? Oh, wait, Richard Gravity. Human. Medical status? Unremarkable. He's taking over the assignment desk. It's terrible. Listen, kid. Unless the desk makes your arms fall off, I couldn't give a fig who's staffing it. Paper isn't my responsibility. The people who work on it are. Now scram. I have better things to burn my charge on than jabbering with you about office politics. Man, I hate working at the desk that makes your arms fall off. Then again, I am a snake, so I'm the only person who can use that desk. Dreki, you heard about what Gravity's doing? Can't believe this. He's replacing Arwen? No. I mean, yes, that, but this is worse. He wants to repaint the shuttles with his face on the side. He says he's going to repaint the shuttle bots too. I said something about orange being boring. Shuttle bots are orange for a good reason. For safety. And because they like it. Can't you do something about it with your big muscles? That's terrible. I know. Something has to be done. I'll admit, I never knew Arwen well. They would never do something like this, I'm sure of that. I already went over and tried talking to them. They're set on leaving. They go. There'll be no stopping Gravity. Maybe I could talk to them. That'd be great. Maybe you can get through to them. You spent your whole internship under Arwen. You must have some kind of connection to them. Good luck, Dreki. Not to be dramatic, but Paper's fate rests with you. Okay? Wow. No pressure at all. The mechanic flashes you 4 thumbs up. Hi, Arwen. Oh, I was gonna walk past him. Hi, Dreki. Not sure if you've talked to Ursula yet, but I have the honor of confirming that you are going to be offered a permanent job here. That you won't be around to, so you flourish. Decided to quit the Times of Galaxy. Suppose you're gonna try to convince me to stay, huh? Why are you leaving? I can't see myself working here anymore. The direction of our coverage has taken lately. So soft and fluffy, you know? Got into this business to nail goo to the wall. Hold the powerful accountable. Shine a light on what's really going on in this solar system. Important work. I just don't feel like we do enough of it. If you say, I'll write more broccoli for you. I appreciate it. I really do. We've grown so much these last 17 cycles. I'm sure whoever Ursula chooses to replace me will do a good job. Wait, you haven't heard who's replacing you? Wait, who's the new assignment editor? I recommended Copybot and Ursula seemed to agree. Richard Gravity's the new assignment editor. Wait, what? I've got 2 feet on this ship and a head full of goo. Richard Gravity will be in charge of nothing. Arwen picks up their comm and pings the newsroom. Ursula! Arwen, what is it? You changed your mind? You're right, I have! Why didn't you tell me you were promoting Gravity? Because it wasn't my call. I recommended Copybot just like we talked about. The board went over my head. Gravity's already settled into your old spot. And he's calling this the era of Gravity. Even got his partner Gerald Greggs hired as head of marketing. Still don't know how he managed that. Oh, wow. Too late for me to have my job back? You coming back is the only way the board will reverse this. Good, because there's no universe where I let Gravity destroy this place. I can't tell you how relieved I am to hear you say that. Richard, get in here now, please. You rang, Ursa Major. You're out as assignment editor, effective immediately. You can't do that. Board promised me this position if Arwen ever left. And Arwen's not leaving. What? The edge of Arwen now, Dreki! No! That felt good. I'll get this stuff unpacked. All these sticky notes will take forever to organize again. Suddenly credits. What's with the giant Copybot in the background? That's very silly. All right. End felt a little abrupt there, but overall, that was pretty fun. There was a lot more in the game than I thought there were. I like Puff Piece. Dog? The Shuttlebot's Guild. Shuttlebot. The Cook Beast. Dog? Question mark. Wait. Okay, never mind. Great. Probably missed a good chunk of things being bad at navigating the conversation stuff, but it's it kind of fits the vibe of like being a reporter, I guess. You know, gotta know what questions to ask to who. Yeah. Great characters, great humor, fun as heck game. Loved it a lot. Also our pets. Aw, Hazelnut Peppermint. That's a fantastic pet name. Support local journalism. It's out of this world.